Good morning. It's good to be back with y'all. Let's turn in and have a holy moment together on this auspicious day of rebirth. And I think it might have just restarted. Okay. Good morning. It's good to be back with you. Let's have a holy moment together and turn within on this auspicious day of rebirth and remembrance and resurrection and realization and self-actualization to access that consciousness that was so embodied by the master teacher Yeshua and is absolutely also shown thematically throughout multiple wisdom lineages and is also available right here, right now. So let's access that for ourselves, knowing that this consciousness is not limited. It does not have to be earned. And so we gently allow our eyes to close and just sweetly breathe into the body temple. Breathe into this holy instrument of the divine that anchors the limitlessness here on earth, that anchors the fullness, the allness, the wholeness, as the divine represents itself as each one in body and in form. And so every moment that we turn within, we traverse that transformational journey again and again from the formless into form. So we surrender to the possibility that we can experience transformation right now, that we can release the constraints of human identification, of ego mind, and for a moment access the allness, and then allow it to pour forth and experience itself as each one. How very good is that? The good news. Knowing that this consciousness, that which some call Christed consciousness, is absolutely available as the bandwidth of universal truth, of absolute knowing, and is indeed ever at the ready to reveal itself even more fully. And so we breathe here to simultaneously experience a dropping within and an expansion. So we access that realm of ever-expanding good that is not bound by time or space. It's not bound by body. It's not bound by any identifications of the human experience. It's not bound by our name. It's not bound by to whom, through which we were born. It is absolutely boundless and is our divine and holy birthright. And so deepening within, simply through the pathway of the breath, the prana, the life energy, when we relax here, we soften, and we allow that surrender into the eternal presence. That surrender into love. That letting go into the fullness, the allness, the oneness itself. And so recognizing and recognizing to this truth of the one that is absolutely limitless in its supply, we experience it, allow ourselves to experience it somatically, feeling what vastness feels like, feeling what expanse feels like. And any time our mind attempts to limit or qualify or name, we simply get to breathe. We inhale into the allness. We allow it to be a part of our experience, for it is our entire experience. And so how good it is to shed here any sense of limitation, constriction, doubt, worry, fear, questioning, pressure, and simply be. Resting in the field of ever expanding consciousness itself, the ever givingness, the limitless supply, this field of the quantum that I choose to call spirit. I choose to call the I am presence. And we let go and allow deep attunement and realization of this truth, knowing that there is no separation. Even when it doesn't look like it or feel like it, even when the headlines or family members or community or that inner saboteur says the opposite, even then, we get to return to that which we know is true by the very nature of our breath and our being. For this allness, this oneness, this love absolute, this truth, this limitless light is ever having its way, especially when it doesn't look like it or feel like it. It's easy to access when there is no conflict in the human experience. But what a development of spiritual muscle to close the outer eye and turn within to know the truth for thyself and to thine own self be true. To sever right now any attachments, any energy cords, any clamoring for external validation or approval or self-identification, and to turn within to thine own self be true. To access the limitless well of wisdom and knowing that is right here, right now. To develop that spiritual muscle. So when it is time to do the heavy lifting at times such as these, that is a well-tread pathway. It's a well-tread neural formation pathway. It's a well-tread spiritual pathway. It's a well-developed muscle to say just a moment to the outside world, to pause and to turn within, to validate, to know, to access the own inner resource again, again, again. So we do it right here, right now. We feel that limitless font of life energy, that wellspring of wisdom, that ever expanding light, that love absolute that's not qualified by anything that we do or say or think or offer. It simply is. That peace that surpasses human understanding right here, right now. It does not need to be earned. It is the holy, holy birthright to know thyself for real, in full realization. So we anchor this experience now, we anchor the possibility now, we anchor the holy holiness of each one right here, right now. And we allow it to lift up the body tempo, the energy bodies, the quality of our thoughts, our thought plane, the consciousness of our entire being, allowing it to be elevated beyond the realm of circumstance, appearance, and absolutely rooted and grounded in the consciousness of the Absolute. In the realm of the I Am. So resting here for a moment, the I am that I am that I am. To be still and know that I am. This is what is. We allow this limitless truth to be fully resurrected and realized right here, right now, in this moment. To be called forth by our greater yet to be, to allow it to be so wholly embodied and integrated. To attune and calibrate to this frequency of highest truth and to allow it to bless our entire body temple, the cellular structure, the electrical grid of our being, and to allow it to pour forth to that which we are all connected with, the earth body, one another, the other than human ones, the other than visible ones, the allness. Allowing this prayer to extend and expand and to be a blessing currenting out throughout the radiant luminous grid of this prayer field, of this soul group, of this earth, of this cosmos. We feel it now, we transmit it now, we allow it to deepen in integration now. We offer it forth now, right now, right now. And we let it be, knowing that it is done. The elevation, the luminosity, the blessing, the peace, the love, the harmony, the joy, the at one-ment right now. We know it first as ourselves, and for one another, and for all. And so with thanksgiving, I surrender this word into the living law of the universal, letting it circulate, amplify, and become. Realizing now, actualizing now, remembered now, resurrected now. And so it is. And so be it. Bless your day. Bless your way with so much love.